me, Jerineys, broadcasting live from my hotel room. Still hanging out. Day 3? What day? Yeah, day 3. I don't know. I've been stuck inside for so long. I have no idea what day it is. And we are here with Holy Child. Hi, guys.
Hey. Thanks for having us in your hotel room.
Everybody says that I had to meet you. I've had multiple bands that, one, have wanted to come see your show, and two, that I needed to meet you because apparently this bratpop thing is amazing.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Explain bratpop to me.
So bratpop is rebellious pop music.
Okay.
We love pop, so we're using pop melodies. It's super catchy, but at the same time we like being a little experimental within that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pretty experimental with some chord progressions and rhythm, and then in general we're pretty much it's all social commentary. So we're talking about the role of gender roles in our culture. Also, power dynamics are really interesting. Our culture's obsession with fame, beauty, self, money is really fascinating to us, and I guess the socioeconomic disparities are really interesting as well. So it's kind of like all talking about those topics, and there's so much to talk about within that.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So where did this idea come from? How did this start?
It's a good question. I mean, I feel like we've always bonded over like a middle ground between pop and experimental art, whether it be music, whether it be film, whether it be visual art, the whole nine yards. So I feel like when we started writing music, it just kind of fell into that middle ground between pop and experimental art.
For me, this is like these topics are something that I've been exploring for probably like 10 years now.
Yeah.
I guess even since I was young, like my childhood was kind of fucked up, and when I was little, it was always like, why I was around a lot of people who acted in really regrettable ways, and it was always like, why are these people acting like this? And I never took it personally. I was always like, oh dude, I feel you, like you clearly are influenced by our culture to try to be this person, and you're not that, and you're acting out about it. So I was always exploring that. And then when we went to, Louis and I both went to George Washington University, where we studied international affairs, and I was given a grant to study the sugar daddy relationship in New York.
Wow.
For I actually studied it for about 2 years, where I was just interviewing girls the entire time, and sugar daddies as well, in these cross-generational relationships, and trying to understand like the power dynamics in it, and like why they were doing it, and what their values were. And at the end of the day, it's like, oh fuck, I can't define this. This is such a cultural issue that, like, I don't know, I kind of came out of it and I was like, sorry GW, like there's no hard facts here, it's just something that we have to deal with. And so that definitely segued into this. I mean, I was doing a documentary on that, and then my research partner kind of fell off, and felt bad working without him, and then Louis was like, let's do Holy Child, and I was like, alright, cool.
But definitely segued.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're
lyrical.
talking about those things all the time.
Yeah.
Now, how do you take all of these just ideas? Because I mean, it starts off clearly as ideas, and you're doing this research. What point do you go, I'm going to put this to pop music, and it's going to be awesome? How did that happen?
I mean, I feel like pop music is just like a perfect vehicle to connect with the world. You know, it's like so familiar, and the melodies and the rhythms that we use in our music is a deliberate. Yeah, it's pretty deliberate. I mean, like again, like a lot of it is just like happens, spur of the moment. You know, I guess we never are, when we write, are like, oh, let's do this. It just kind of like comes out, you know, just in a fit of inspiration.
Yeah, but remember when I met you? Like I was painting a lot at the time that I met Louis, and I was showing my paintings in galleries in New York City. And I was really frustrated by the gallery scene, because I essentially was doing what we're doing right now. I was working with spray paint. I would create images that were like super colorful, in your face, and then like within that there would be like a female body with her like limbs kind of distorted, and I feel like it was like a visual representation of what we're making now, which is pretty funny. But at these gallery showings, like it was just a place for people to be seen and drink wine. And I was so frustrated that I was showing art and like having to explain my art over and over again to people who I felt were not used to dissecting visual art in this way. And I was like, screw this, I want to do music. I want to do a form, if I'm going to be speaking to people through art, I want to do a form of art that people are used to dissecting on a daily basis. So now it's pop, and it's like people get pop. You know that when you're listening to pop, the bridge is going to come soon.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, you're on a little journey, but it's expected.
And it's a formula.
And it's a formula, and I like that.
Yeah.
Because within that, you're like, oh, look, like, you're going into familiar territory. It's okay. And then it's like, okay, within that, you can surprise people. And I think it's really interesting to use pop for that.
I also feel like most people tend to thrive within limitations. So it's nice to have that limitation and like force ourselves to be creative within those boundaries.
Yeah.
But you still kind of get to go outside of those boundaries just by the message, just by what you guys are writing about. So it's like you're in a box outside of the box in another great big box. I feel like.
It's like postmodern.
It's a lot of boxes that you're not in, but you are in all the same time.
Yeah,
that's why we just call it bratpop. We just make it our own.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So describe a show. What's a show like? I've yet to see you guys.
Oh, you should come.
The show. I mean, I guess it depends on the show, because these shows here at South by are like little, tastings of like a proper headline show. But I guess if you were to see us in general, it's kind of just like party time, high energy party time. We don't, especially at South by, you don't have much time to get that deep into the message. It's kind of just like, let's just enjoy this moment while we're all here, and it's pretty fun. We have a big 6-piece band, two backup singers, me and other multi-instrumentalists, kind of covering all the instrumentals, and a drummer. And then Liz singing.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, we definitely put in the messages of brat pop in there. Like, right now I'm really inspired by this concept of disco sport fashion.
Okay.
That's like what I want everything to fall under. So for all of the guys, they're all wearing sports gear. Which I love because it kind of like promotes this like ideal man. But I've bedazzled all their sports gear.
Perfect.
Yeah, it looks amazing, I think.
I've also been wearing the choker.
Lou's been wearing this choker, which is like a bondage choker with a little puff on it, which is kind of like just, playing with the role of the male in our culture, because it's cool. Like the concept of feminism is really in right now. And like I was able to speak at a high school recently where we kind of discussed feminism in our culture right now, and it's like I almost feel like we should come up with a new word for it, because it's something that is so all-encompassing, and by nature the word feminist is a little bit exclusive to somebody if they're not educated and they don't know what it really entails. But yeah, I feel like this is such an issue that affects everybody, so I like playing with the role of the male, and both the backup singers are guys as well.
Yeah, they have pom-poms, and they'll be
they have
pom-poms and some songs.
It's a party.
It's a party.
It's a party, yeah.
I love
It's
it.
like a twisted, bizarre brat pop party.
Yeah, it's like
Best
Fellini
kind.
absurdism.
Yeah, exactly.
We are talking to Holy Child live here from my hotel room at South by Southwest, and we've been doing a survey. It's just kind of random questions. Are you guys down to answer some random stuff?
Yeah,
Sure.
let's do it.
All right, here we go. Question number 1, what did you have for lunch?
Tortilla soup.
Nice.
I haven't eaten yet.
That has been the most popular answer so far. Nobody eats here, so you're ahead of the curve already.
Yes.
Next question, how'd you get here? Plane, train, or automobile?
Oh, took a cab.
Oh,
to Austin?
Well,
Oh, we're in a Sprinter.
There's a lot of things.
automobiles.
We're in a Sprinter right now. It's so luxurious.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Have your own bunk. You can just kind of lay out.
Yeah, it's like the first time. I mean, we've been traveling in a 15-passenger van, so now it's the Sprinter, and it's like, wow,
That
it's
next
so
step up.
nice. It's the next step up. It feels so nice, yeah.
Next question, where are you guys staying?
Courtyard Marriott.
Who did we see in our hotel room, though?
Oh,
in our
right.
hotel, though?
Tom from the Zombies.
The
Nice.
Zombies, right?
Yeah.
I
So
saw them a
cool.
long time ago.
We
They're
had
so
a
nice.
long chat with him. He was amazing.
Nice. Perfect. Next question, what was the last thing you kicked out of bed?
Kicked out of bed.
Could be a person, could be an animal, could be someone said a turkey sandwich, it could be whatever. What do you fall asleep with in bed that maybe you rolled over and kicked out at some point?
I'm really meticulous when I sleep. I like it to be like really perfect. Like my body is a temple, and so therefore I really like, and I'm like kind of OCD, so I need everything to be very symmetrical when I sleep.
Okay.
So I really make sure that there's nothing around me.
Nice. How about you?
Bed has a cell phone.
That counts. Totally
yeah,
counts.
it's kind of boring.
Totally
Sorry.
counts. Where do you guys see yourselves in 10 years? What do you want to be doing?
Oh, what do you want
That's
to
a
be
good
doing?
question. It'd be nice to have, like, through Holy Child, to be able to collaborate with anybody in any capacity.
Nice.
So that'd be nice to be doing that. I mean, I said this earlier today, and I'm just going to say it again. It'd be nice to just make a lot of money doing Holy Child and just give it to public education and just see where that lands. You know, hopefully there's still a public education system in 10 years.
Right.
And, you know, the earth is still here.
Yeah, we're reforming it in a different way.
Yeah.
In 10 years, I hope that everything I do is seen as art. That, like, if I don't know, take a photo with a bunch of money around me, it's seen as art. If I say something, it's, like, dissected as art and not something, like, that didn't have intention behind it or that was done for the sake of being provocative.
Perfect. I like that. And then our final question, what bands are you really excited to see or have you seen since you've been here?
What do you want to see?
I really want to see
Sunlux.
Sunlux.
Yeah,
he's on our label, and we did a song with him recently, and I've heard his live show is amazing, and I want to see it really bad. Yeah.
I really want to see Marina and the Diamonds.
Oh yeah.
That would be a good one
she's
too.
playing tonight, but now it's a little rainy. I don't know.
And the weather's kind of put a damper on
I know.
Yeah.
what's going to be happening later.
I know.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Holy Child, for stopping by and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much.
Hopefully we get you in KC soon.
Yeah.
Come hang out again in maybe a real recording studio or like radio studio as opposed to my hotel.
bedroom?
Whatever.
I'm into bedrooms.
Whatever's
You can come here in my
Got the
apartment. It's cool.
snack bar.
Yeah.
We'll do that. It goes with me everywhere, so we're
Oh,
good.
perfect.
Oh, cool.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks so
thanks
much.
so much.